I'm Zach Northern, valve technician at Applied Control. For PPE, I recommend wearing disposable gloves, protective eyewear, and steel-toe shoes. Today we're going to be working on an EasyDrive actuator. Let's get started. This is an EasyDrive. Today we're using our demo unit, which is why it's sitting on the stands. The EasyDrive is a simple unit consisting of three major parts: the valve, the actuator, and inside is the motor. Tools you need include a flathead screwdriver, 532 Allen wrench, crescent wrench, small hammer, torque bit size T20, a pick, 1 1/8" wrench, small punch, metal hammer, rubber mallet, torque wrench, anti-seize, a drill, and a towel may be needed. To check the Belleville washers, remove the cap. There will be 4 bolts that are 1/2 inch. Loosen those with your drill. The motor is still connected with a nut here. Remove the nut. If the stem tries to move on you, hold it at the bottom. Next, remove the nut and the 4 bolts and you can lift the motor free from the assembly. There are 6 torque screws. These also need to be removed. Grab your torque bit wrench to do this. Make sure the small washer here does not fall off. It likes to stick to the lid. To access the washers, simply pull up on the gears. It should come out as one unit. With multiple gear parts, you can see here that there is a lot of grease inside, which makes wearing these gloves handy. The washers are located under the gears inside. Simply pull up to pull them out and inspect them. These washers can crack, but they are easy to replace. Here's an example of cracked washers. There's a metal spacer which goes in first. Then the 3 Belleville washers. Note that the Belleville washers are not flat like the spacer. They have a slight cone shape to them. The first washer that goes in should have the peak of the washer cone pointed up. The second washer pointed down. The last washer should be pointed up. Here's a closer look at the spacer and the Belleville washers. You can see the coning in the middle of the washer and want to start with that pointed up. The second one, you want the coning pointed down. And the last one with the coning pointed up. And here's another view of the Belleville washers as they are stacked inside the shaft of the motor. Next, we can reassemble the gear shaft by sliding it into the washer assembly. When you assemble the gear shaft, make sure both gears are coupled together like this. Here's a closer look. The gear assembly should slide back into the gear housing easily. There's a metal spacer and some bearings that sit on top of that. When you reassemble the top of the assembly, double check for the washer on the lid. The lids should sit flush. If it does not sit flush to the body of the motor, the gears might not be in all the way, and you'll need to press the gears in further. Once the lid sits on flush, we will need to reinstall the 6 torque screws. Use your towel to wipe off any excess grease. Double check that the plate is flush to the body of the motor, and then we can slide it back onto the stem. Next, put back the 4 bolts. Then install the nut on the valve stem. Wipe off any excess grease that's around the motor. We always recommend calibrating equipment after performing work like this before putting it back in service. We cover EasyDrive calibration in another video. If you have any questions about this process or run into a problem not covered in this video, feel free to reach out to us. Our contact information will be posted at the end of this video. Thanks for watching. As always, it's a pleasure serving the Rocky Mountain area.